Alabama Sales Associate Post Licensing 30-hour course. Section 2. Disputed home warranty claims typically go through mediation first, followed by mandatory arbitration. Buyers and sellers of resale homes, not new construction, may purchase home warranties. Both the Federal Housing Administration and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs require builders to purchase third-party warranties to protect buyers of newly built homes that are financed using FHA or VA loans. Many newly constructed homes come with home warranties backed by the builder. These may cover items from workmanship and materials to systems and structural issues. A professional survey can determine property boundaries and any encroachments that don't appear on the legal description. Title insurers generally list exceptions to items covered. These may include claims made by a tenant, mechanics liens, undisclosed easements and rights of way, and taxes and special assessments that are not public record. A title insurance policy insures the policyholder against financial loss if the title to the real estate has defects in areas covered by the policy. Section 3. Time is of the essence in contractual language means that the parties agree to proceed in good faith without undue delay. In contractual language, performance means meeting the terms of the contract. Assignment of a contract means to find a substitute for one of the original parties. It requires the consent of the parties, and the original party may still remain responsible for the terms in the event the substitute defaults. Novation may substitute the actual contract for another between the same parties for the same purpose. Novation may also replace one or more of the original contracting parties with another party or parties. Section 4. Both buyer and seller clients must sign estimated closing statements to acknowledge receipt. Estimated closing statements must be provided to buyer clients when an offer is signed, and to seller clients when an offer is presented. Alabama licensees are required by law to prepare and present buyer and seller clients with estimated closing statements, identifying the costs and approximate amounts they'll be expected to pay at closing. Alabama licensees must maintain signed copies of the estimated closing statements they prepare and present. Estimated closing statements help combat mortgage fraud by presenting all costs up front. Alabama's documentary stamp tax, also known as the real estate transfer tax, is 0.1% for deeds, $0.50/$500, and for 0.15%, $0.15/$100. For mortgages. Seller closing costs include the documentary stamp tax fee, broker commission, attorney fees, recording expenses, existing liens, and settlement of service fees. Section 5. A title insurance policy insures the policy owner against financial loss if the title to the real estate has covered defects. An abstract of title provides a summary of the title history. A chain of title establishes path and proof of ownership. A survey is used to determine whether encroachments exist and to determine the boundaries of the property. A deed is used to establish proof of ownership. Recording of the deed is public notice of that ownership. The lender must provide the closing disclosure form to the borrower 3 days prior to closing, and it should reflect the terms of the most recent loan estimate. If the consumer doesn't move forward with the loan estimate expires in 10 business days. The lender must provide the loan estimate to the consumer within 3 days after receiving the consumer's application. Section 6. Redlining is the illegal lending practice of denying all loans in an area based on the protected class makeup of the area. Blockbusting is the illegal practice of encouraging residents to sell by hinting that minorities will be moving in, lowering housing prices. Steering is the illegal process of selecting which areas of real estate to show prospective buyers based on their protected class status. Always check your client's paperwork for possible fair housing law violations and refer them to an attorney when in doubt. Ask questions that help you get objective, non-discriminatory information. In marketing, focus on properties rather than potential buyers or sellers or neighborhoods. Antitrust violations can be reported to the Citizen Complaint Center of the Antitrust Division. Agents should first discuss the situation with their brokers. For price fixing to occur, there must be an agreement between competitors on pricing. A tie-in arrangement is an antitrust violation in which a business refuses to do business with a consumer unless the consumer also purchases products or services from another business. When performing a market analysis and evaluating comparables, weigh the comparable that requires the least adjusting most heavily. When making adjustments to comparable properties for a market analysis, make adjustments to the sales price of the comparables. Seller motivation and market dynamics are two key factors in determining an appropriate list price. While making adjustments to the sales price for comparable properties can help determine a market value range, additional factors must be considered before determining a list price range. Sellers' net sheets show sellers what they can expect to earn from the sales proceeds after loan balance and broker commission, and sometimes closing costs, are deducted. Recent expired listings tell you at what price a similar property won't likely sell. When days on market, time it takes to have an accepted offer, are low, pricing can be higher. When days on market are high, pricing may need to be lower. Besides market value, other factors in determining appropriate list price include seller motivation, market conditions, and economic factors. When selecting comparables, the rule of 3 says that at least 3 comparables should be used that have sold in the last 3 months, 6 months at the outside. Analysis of the property includes whether it's a property in distress and its property type and condition. The 3 phases of market analysis are analysis of the property, analysis of the market, and number crunching. Section 8. A $25 fee applies for personal name changes. A new license will be issued for the unexpired term of the original license. Individual licensees must notify the Commission of any name or address changes, business or personal, within 30 days of the change. For brokerage name or address changes, the company, affiliated broker, and salesperson licenses must be returned to the Commission with a $50 transfer fee and a $25 fee per each affiliated licensee. Brokers with a change of business name or address must notify the Alabama Real Estate Commission in writing within 30 days after the change. Failure to complete Alabama CE requirements will result in the Commission placing the license on inactive status. Licensees on inactive status don't need to complete CE requirements unless they want to reactivate their license. CE requirements must be met by September 30th of every even-numbered year. Licensees who have held a reciprocal license for less than 1 year don't need to complete CE requirements. Alabama requires 15 hours of mandatory CE coursework for all licensees. Section 9. Protecting sensitive documents involves common sense. Don't leave them out in public view, don't leave them unattended, and don't show thieves where you're putting them, example, by locking them in your trunk in public view. While you must keep all transactional records for 3 years, you should shred copies of documents that you don't retain if they contain confidential information. Deleting electronic files doesn't erase the data. Those records can be retrieved by hackers. To completely sanitize the information, destroy the media storage, and overwrite the file, or erase the data from the hard drives to clear and purge the data. The correct data disposal method depends on the type of information, where it's contained, and any legal requirements for disposal. Shred all paper documents containing personal info and financials. Properly purge, clear, or destroy any and all electronic data containing sensitive information, whether it's been scanned, or is on email, zip, or hard drives. A written data security program is a comprehensive approach by which firms inventory information, develop protection guidelines, and document disposal and notification policies. If you suspect a data security breach has occurred, take immediate action. Collect details about the breach, quarantine infected systems, notify federal and state law enforcement, and communicate to potentially affected clients. Most states require private or governmental entities to notify individuals of security breaches involving personal information. For more information on states' security breach laws, visit the National Conference of State Legislatures website. Motivation from management and effective staff training underscore the importance of data security. Having a fully supported data security program is pivotal to its success. The Federal Trade Commission's (FTC's) Red Flag Rule requires written data security policies and procedures, identify red flag warning signs for things like phishing, viruses, and other hacking methods, and train all employees on data security. The FTC's 5 key principles to a sound data security program are: first, take stock; second, scale down; third, lock it; fourth, pitch it; and fifth, plan ahead. Analysis helps you determine your place in the market and your unique selling proposition. Your USP should be used consistently through all of your marketing vehicles. A properly performed SWOT analysis is a great way to evaluate your business's current abilities and needs. A vision statement focuses on the future and includes a clear picture of outcomes you expect to achieve using clear, unambiguous terms. This is the conclusion of your Alabama Post license.